National Hockey League is comprised of some of the best hockey players in the entire world. And in the NHL, there is an average of 9 shots on goal for every actual goal. And as a Minnesotan, as a major hockey fan, this fascinates me. Some of the very best are failing about 90% of the time. Now, imagine a coach in the locker room before the game saying, all right, guys, we're going to get out there on the ice and don't take a shot because you're probably going to fail. Imagine a captain trying to rev up their team by saying, our opponents today are bigger than us and better than us, so we're going to compensate by taking as few shots as possible. We've only got a 10% chance of succeeding anyway. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That would never happen. You would never hear a coach or a captain saying that to their team. And my question is why? Why, when some of the very best have such a high rate of failure, are they still taking a shot? It's because, in the words of famous hockey player Wayne Gretzky, you will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that's what I'm here to ask you today. Why not take the shot? Confession time. As of about 2 years ago, I was a real scaredy cat. I had a happy life, great family, was in school, had a job, all of that, but I wasn't living life to the fullest because I was too afraid to. I was too afraid to apply for a different job for fear I would be rejected. I was afraid to ask a question for fear I would be told no. I was afraid to try a new hobby or activity for fear I wouldn't be good at it, or worse, be embarrassed in my attempt. And then about 2 years ago, I made a choice, not even a feeling or an emotion, just a conscious decision to live life to the fullest. And I started doing things that for some people might be all in an average day. For me, were scary, difficult decisions and life-changing experiences. I enrolled in a Citizens Police Academy and was voluntarily shot with a taser. And I flew to Vancouver, Canada, and I went skydiving for the very first time. And I enrolled in a college-level statistics course. And you know what? This talk really isn't about being fearless, because I wasn't fearless doing those things, I can tell you that. Standing on a padded gymnast mat, knowing that at any moment I'm going to be shot with 10,000 volts of electricity, that is scary. Being at the open door of an airplane 2 miles high, going 3, 2, and knowing that at 1 I'm going to intentionally jump out, that's scary. A stack of statistics textbooks with the syllabus, that's downright terrifying for some people. It isn't about being fearless, because when you choose to go outside your comfort zone, when you choose to live life to the fullest, you're going to encounter fear. It isn't about trying to be fearless. It's about choosing courage over fear. Tasing and skydiving and statistics and so many other things over the last 2 years have been scary. It's about choosing courage over fear. Now, I have to tell you, when you take a shot on goal, there will be times where you fail. I certainly have. I'll give you an example. This year is not the first time I've applied to speak at TEDxMahtomedi. I first applied in 2013, a pretty major shot on goal for me, and I was rejected. Not an audition, just an email telling me no. And when those failures come, those rejection letters happen, we have to make the decision, is this something to pursue? Or is this something that we say, okay, I learned something, I grew in some way, and now it's time to take a shot at something else? Well, for me, TEDxMahtomedi was worth pursuing. So I enrolled in Toastmasters International and spent 2 years giving public speeches and taking classes before applying again and eventually being invited to speak. There have been other opportunities over the last 2 years where I have made a shot, I have failed, and I've had to say, okay, I learned something, I grew in some way, and it's time to move on from that and take another shot at something else. That's great too. When we're living life to the fullest, when we're taking shots on goal, it's going to be scary. Don't worry about being fearless. Don't worry about eliminating all the fear before you try something new or different. Just have courage, overcome the fear. And we're also risking failure. Every single time we take a shot, no matter what it is, we're going to risk failure. Taking shots risks failure, but not taking shots will guarantee failure. I can guarantee that there is something that everyone in this room has to do, a shot that someone needs to take. So I encourage you, if you need to apply for a position, apply. If you need to ask a question, ask. If you need to travel somewhere, book a flight. If there's a new hobby or activity that you need to try, enroll in a community education course, find an opportunity to try it. Don't be fearless, be courageous. Risk failure instead of guaranteeing it. So I'll close by asking again, knowing that you can be fearful and courageous at the same time, and knowing that we're always risking failure in some way, and knowing that we'll always learn something no matter what, why not take the shot? Thank you.